Good afternoon to all my awesome friends and family. It's Tea Tuesday. Normally I'd be doing Tea Tuesday with my daughter, but I've been real sick, and so I thought it would be better if we didn't get together this week until I was 100% well. I know I sound pretty good and I may not look that bad, but I'm full of cold medication, and that's why I look and sound as good as I do. I really do not feel good at all. And this here, I wanted to share this beautiful teapot with you that my daughter's sister-in-law gave me last Christmas. Is it not beautiful? I love everything about it. The detail on it is just wonderful. Well, that's what we're using today. And these are the saucers that go to that set. Are they not beautiful also? I love them. And I love the blue and the white together. It's just so beautiful. And here are the cups that went with the set. Didn't she give me a beautiful set for Christmas? I couldn't believe it. And the beautiful little spoons that went with it too. And the tea I'm drinking today is Good Earth Citrus Kiss. Hopefully it's coming out all right. Probably not, because I'm doing the reverse. And it is really awesome tea, and I don't use any sweetener, and I'm trying to cut down on my sugar intake, so that worked out really good. And today I wanted to give you all an awesome shout out that has been following my channel lately. I got a wonderful, wonderful review on my latest pantry emergency food stash that I put a video up this week. I put it up 2 days ago, and this is the most I have ever got in one video. In 2 days I got 1,400 views. Now I realize for some of you that is not a lot of views, but for someone like me that usually gets about 100 to 200 views per video, that was a lot. Now I did some emergency food pantry videos last year, and I got one for 500 and I got one for 3. So when I went up to 500, I said, well, that's doing really good compared to what I did last year. And then it just kept building, and it went up to 1,400. And thank you all, hugs and kisses to all of you that joined in and watch that video. I really am so happy it did so well. I did get a lot of comments. I got 175 comments. I think everyone has been a little concerned about the COVID again. That's why I did it so much earlier than last year, because usually last year I don't remember what month I did it in, but it was months after August, I know. But because of having 3 of my family members getting COVID, I said, I've got to start stocking up early. I can't deal with this thing going bad again. So I started earlier, and I'm doing really well. Sorry, I have to itch. It's driving me crazy. So I've started a lot earlier this year. So hopefully I will have everything I need probably in the next 5 or 6 weeks, maybe even sooner. Just depends on how long it takes me to find the things that I have on my little checklist to get on, to pick up. As you can see, Grandma was totally devastated about her spam last year, so I did get a lot of spam. And toilet paper was another big thing I couldn't find, so I'm still going to buy a little more toilet paper, because I just can't deal with not having toilet paper. So my goal is to try to get 6 months of basic pantry emergency supplies. Now that doesn't mean everything we're going to eat for 6 months is going to be in my pantry. I don't have enough room in my pantry. But at least I will have some kind of meat protein that I can pull out and make a meal out of it. I will probably have something in the way of rice or some kind of a side in there also. And when I say that, I do have some packaged rice mixes, but I'm going to buy a lot of just fresh rice, just regular rice, and put something with that rice and make a meal out of it also. But I'm sure I will have enough for me and Grandpa. There's just 2 of us. We don't need a lot of food. We're seniors. but at least we'll have a pantry that has a decent variety of food. And I still will be buying something probably almost every week in the grocery store, fresh fruits and vegetables and some fresh meat. So I don't want you guys to think that it's going to last. I'm not going to go shopping at all, because I am. But as I use stuff up in the pantry, I will probably continue to restock it. But we'll have a basic supply, and I will have enough toilet paper for 6 months, no matter what, because I am not dealing with last year's toilet paper problem. And another big problem I have, I still haven't bought enough yet, and there's limits already on how many masks you can buy. I'm going to buy quite a few more masks to make sure I can get masks, because last year I couldn't get masks for a long time. And I was in the bank one day, and I had a scarf around my face, and some guy was very upset with me because I had just a scarf. And he said, I should be wearing a mask. That's not doing you any good. And I said, listen, I can't find any masks. If you can tell me where I can buy them, I'll go buy them. And so people have to understand, sometimes you just can't find things. And so I'm going to try to get as many masks as I can stocked up. So I will have 6 months worth of masks ahead. And I will have 6 months of toilet paper ahead. That I cannot deal with either of those things. I've already bought, I think, 400 plastic little throwaway gloves already. So I got 2 boxes of 200. So that should make me through the next 6 months. It probably will be throwing a lot of it away. Who knows? But the problem is, I have it. And I'm not going to be all stressed and nervous if I need something. I also found an awesome supply. I shouldn't even mention what else I found, because I don't know if the video's up yet. Because I have about 3 videos for prepping the pantry that I haven't actually put up yet. So I shouldn't keep talking about what I have. Because I'm sure a lot of you do this. You start buying or prepping or doing stuff, and you don't have the videos up yet, but you already have them made. So I do have quite a few. I think I have 3 more prepping videos made, because I have been buying stuff for a little while. Even though I've only put 2 videos up this week. And the 2 videos I put up came to a total of about 1,800 views between the 2 of them. So that was really, really good for me. And believe it or not, I picked up 55 new followers this week. And so that was really good, because I think I picked up that much last month for the whole month. So thank you to all the new followers that have joined in to start following me too. I really appreciate it. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to make sure that you all know I love you. I appreciate all the support you have been giving me this last 7 years, and a lot of you have been with me for 5 to 7 years. To all of you that have tried to stay connected to me through thick and thin. I know I put a lot of content up, and I've changed a lot of my content. And the prepping videos really are only for, I usually about 6 weeks out of the year, because I don't prep year round. I mean by that is I fill my pantry up, get everything I basically need, and then I do add something and change things out every week. So I don't want to say I don't do things every week, but to really get serious about prepping, I only do it for about 5 to 6 weeks. And then once that pantry is totally full, I just try to make sure I don't let it get down low. And that's what all of us should be doing. We don't know what this year is going to bring. We don't know what shortages we're going to have. We don't know what kind of problems we're going to have. We have a shortage of truck drivers. We have, I think, a 2 or 3 week backlog at the ports right now. A lot of people don't want to go to work because they're afraid of the virus, and they're making more money to stay home than working. And so there is plenty of jobs here in California, at least at this moment, but they can't get employees to fill those jobs. And we just have a lot of problems out here in Southern California. The virus is taking off. We might have had maybe a month or 6 weeks where it wasn't bad. I'm not going to just shut my life down because of the virus. I think, honestly, the virus is going to be with us from now on. It's something we're going to have to deal with. I think we're just going to have to get our shots for it and get our boosters every year or every 6 months or whatever we're going to do. I don't know. As long as not everyone's dying from this, I guess I'll just deal with getting sick. there's not much we can do, babe. We just have to just not let ourselves get so upset that we just can't survive. Um, we have to keep a positive outlook on stuff, but make sure you're prepared. There's probably going to be gas shortages now. I went to put gas in my truck yesterday when I go to work, and the gas station I normally get gas from, I was really scared when I saw it. It was totally shut down, so I assumed it was out of fuel. But when I came home from work, I noticed that it was back in business again, so they must have got a fuel delivery. So these are things that we're going to have to start dealing with also. And I think everyone should make sure they have at least a half a tank or a full tank of gas in one of their vehicles, because we don't know when we may not be able to get gas. Um, we are importing a lot of our gas from the Middle East now again. Uh, that was a very bad decision. I think we should have kept trying to produce our own oil and gas here. But, you know, I am not the president, and we just deal with whatever he says we're going to do. They're having a lot of trouble in the Middle East. I don't know how things are going to go with that. I don't know how if they're going to be transporting with if a war breaks out over there either. So be prepared for a lot of hard times this winter. Make sure you stock up on basic things. The shelves in my stores are still pretty full, but we are starting to see shelves that are empty. There's still toilet paper. There's still Spam, everybody. You know how much Grandma loves her Spam. And, but there are places that are looking a little scarce. And then you go another week and those areas maybe have something in them and other areas are scarce. So we are going to start seeing shortages, but we're just going to have to deal with it. And we're going to have to take self-responsibility and start stocking up our own homes gradually. I don't mean go out and hoard everything you can find, because I'm not doing that either. Um, but you don't know what you're going to get shortages in. I was shocked that I could not get my dog's dog food for 2 weeks. I got down to 1 can. So now I'm going to have to start stockpiling dog food, because we can't let Mr. Peanut do without his food. So I think and pray that all of you are taking this more seriously. I can't believe that people only have 3 days supply of food in their homes. Now, I don't even know if the news people are lying, because the reason why I say that, even when I had hardly any money and didn't hardly have anything, we always had at least 2 to 4 weeks worth of food at any given time in that pantry. I never got lower than 2 weeks. Most of the time I was at a month, even when I had children at home, because you never know when an emergency is going to arise. Nothing to do with COVID, just anything that could come up. And you can't spend a lot of money that week for food. You want to go in your pantry and see if you have something you can make do with. I can always make do with something. It may not be something I want to eat, but there's something in that pantry to eat. We're not going to starve over here. And I wish more of you would think about making sure you have a certain amount of at least 30 days worth of food. Because honestly, I think we're going to need at least a minimum of 30 days worth of food this winter. It's looking like it's going to be another hard, rocky winter like last year. And I wasn't prepared for it either. Don't get me wrong. I had food in my pantry, but I nowhere did I have enough toilet paper in my pantry or enough Spam in my pantry. We don't eat a lot of Spam. Maybe we eat the most 3 or 4 cans a month. But when you can't find it for 4 months, uh, it was very upsetting to me. I know that sounds weird. Well, I'm going to stop whining about my shortages over here and let you all know how much I loved you all. I'm so glad that I got such a big response from my prepping and stocking up my pantry video that was put up this week. And both the videos did very well that I did. And I appreciate all your love and support. And hopefully a lot of you look at your pantry and see what you have in the way of food. Do not go out and buy a massive amount of food and have it spoil on you. Buy only what you're going to personally eat, and don't buy a lot of refrigerated food or freezer food. Try to make sure you get a lot of canned goods that can last for 6 months. You don't want to have a power outage and lose everything that you have spent money on. So I'm going to let you go, and we'll have another great, hopefully, tea time next week with Debbie and Grandma. I can't wait to make some more tea time with Grandma and Debbie. Hugs and kisses to all my awesome friends and followers. And if you made it to this very end, I really love you all. All the love and support that you guys give me every single week. So appreciative.